I'm Joyce Brocaglia. I'm the CEO and founder of the EWF. Most people think of resilience as the ability to bounce back, but it's so much more than that. Resilience is about advancing despite adversity. It's about moving forward and growing and changing. Resilience requires perseverance over time. Just think about the two remarkable leaders that we lost recently this year. John Lewis, civil rights icon, and the brilliant Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who both fought their entire lives to advance equality and human rights. These resilient leaders possessed an inner strength and a resolve that enabled them to bounce back, not just once, but again and again and again. The fact that we're all here together is a testament to our resilience. As the only child of a mom who turns 100 years old in a few weeks, and as the proud mother of 3 daughters, what I know for certain is the powerful bond that we women share. I've often told my daughters growing up how important they are to each other, and that it's their sisters and their girlfriends that are the ones that are going to get them through the toughest times in their lives. That's why, at a very basic level, I understood how important it is to build an organization that feeds the souls of the women who belong, and not just their careers. The Executive Women's Forum is the very first organization to give women in our field a safe haven for developing relationships, access to thought leaders, and the knowledge to succeed in this highly competitive, male-dominated field. For the first time ever, the EWF spotlighted how women are treated in our industry, and it uplifted how we are regarded. Today, nearly 2 decades later, our purpose of creating a community where women in our field could be their authentic selves, visualize their highest selves, and believe in themselves remains true. To this day, the EWF is a trusted space where women of every race, nationality, age, sexual orientation, and level of seniority feel loved, respected, and accepted. That's the essence of the EWF. We provide strength to our members, and they provide strength to each other. The EWF is here for you in big and bold and outspoken kind of ways through our programs and initiatives, but also in quieter, more subtle ways. It's the encouragement and advice from our members that motivated Caroline Wong and Michelle Dennedy to write their first books. It's the EWF scholarship program that has given 18 high potential women from around the globe full ride master's and PhD scholarships to Carnegie Mellon, Purdue, and the University of Missouri. It's Ariel, who was absolutely petrified to speak in public, but now she can just hop on stages and present keynotes because of the confidence that she's gained at the EWF. It is the countless women who have counseled each other through job changes and horrible bosses and health issues and struggles with their kids. It's those late night phone calls, that shoulder to cry on, and the kick in the pants when you needed it the most. You see, what lies beneath the surface of the EWF is way more powerful than what appears outwardly to the public. This is what continues to make the EWF so much more than any other professional organization that you might belong to. For nearly 2 decades now, the Executive Women's Forum has created in-person and virtual programs for women at every stage of their career. And as you have all evolved and grown, the EWF has transformed as well. So year after year, we've created new programs and events that meet your needs. In 2007, when women asked us for ways to get together locally, we created cheer dinners and regional meetings that have now expanded as far as India. Then in 2008, when they asked us to connect virtually, we created EWF Connect, our online membership community. In 2009, we began presenting our Women of Influence Awards to recognize and raise awareness for the accomplished women in our industry. And then in 2011, when our members asked for a mentorship program, we created LIFT. And today we have engaged nearly 2,000 women who've increased their confidence, are more willing to take risks, and have reached new heights. We know that mentorship matters to us all. In 2013, we created the Women of Influence Roundtable so the most senior women in our industry could join together to discuss what matters most to them. And more recently, 2 years ago, when our millennial women asked to have a trusted space of their own, we created the Rising Leaders Forum. Today, hundreds of women benefit from all the RLF initiatives that 8 action teams have created to help our millennial members to step out of their comfort zones, sharpen their public speaking skills, and build their confidence. These are just a few of the so many EWF programs that have truly moved the needle forward for women in our industry over the past 18 years. I'm proud of how far we've come, but we still have a long way to go. I know that we are living in unprecedented times, but I believe that times of chaos are also times of great creativity and opportunity for change. Never before have I felt so passionate, so energized, and so hopeful about what this organization, along with you women here, can do to effect real positive change, not only for women in our industry, but for the world itself. And never before has there been a time when it was more needed. This pandemic has forced me to really think about what I am most deeply committed to and what I am truly willing to take a stand for. It strengthened my commitment to fiercely support women's issues, gender equality, and the end to racism and oppression in all of its forms. If you too have been awakened by this pandemic to the harsh realities and the lived experiences of others, and you're inspired to take actions for positive change, your time has come to leverage this powerful sisterhood of women as a force multiplier of your actions and a catalyst for change. The EWF is a professional organization who also stands for social justice. We understand that in order for us to best support you, we also have to take a stand on those forces that affect you. That's why, as a result of the pervasive violence against Black Americans that continued this year, and in the spirit of Black Lives Matter, we were compelled to look inward and reevaluate our own community to ensure that we weren't being passively complicit. We took action by establishing Mary Way as our Diversity, Inclusion, and Community Engagement Director to better understand, measure, and improve the EWF experience for our underrepresented members. We reached out to our entire community to reaffirm that the EWF stands against racism and oppression in all its forms. To all our Black sisters and African American sisters out there, we want you to know that we see you, we hear you, and we will take action in support of you. As we've begun doing and we will continue to do, we are having courageous conversations with you about your lived experiences, your fears for your spouses, your sons, your family, and just how difficult it is to be successful as a dual minority, a Black woman in cybersecurity. We are engaging our community in conversations with you, and we are committed to building a better EWF for you and the women who follow you, because Black lives matter to us all. I recognize that we are less than 2 weeks away from one of the most important and contentious elections in the history of our country. The stakes are high, the challenges are great, and the passions are boiling over on both sides. We understand that now, more than ever, leadership matters to us all. So while elected officials and nation states try to tear us apart with disinformation and misinformation, we are here to unite us and bring us together. No matter how challenging a time this will be, the EWF is still the EWF, and our core values of trust, community, and passion will continue to be our true north. We will keep providing a safe haven for all women to engage in courageous conversations and to discover what it is we have in common. We will unify our members by giving them an opportunity to understand each other's lived experiences, because we know empathy matters to us all. We will continue to look for ways to find that common ground, to hang out with each other and to learn more about each other than just our surface identities. The EWF embraces our diversity. All women are nourished, respected, and accepted here. The EWF is now, always has been, and always will be a powerful sisterhood that you can trust and rely on personally and professionally, because trust matters to us all. Ladies, when I think about the beautifully diverse women who make up the EWF, I am just reminded of a vacation that I took in Prague. I watched a weaver sitting at a large wooden loom in an outdoor market, and he was making purses. He was pulling one strand of thread at a time, over and under each other. And when he got to the end of the row, he would lean in across his work and pull back this long wooden beam to tighten the threads. He did this again and again and again until eventually he created a sturdy piece of material with an intricate pattern that he used to form the purses that he was selling. It was really obvious to me, by the care that he was taking, by the way that he handled the materials, that this was a labor of love. And as I watched him, I couldn't help but think about the EWF and the remarkable organization that we've become, and the incredible sisterhood that we have woven together, one person at a time. The diligent, thoughtful, and persistent actions that so many of you women have taken over the past 18 years to create and to sustain this labor of love, and the tightening of our community that occurs at every conference, every regional meeting, every cheer dinner, at our meet and greets. You see, like that fabric, our beauty comes from our diversity, and our strength comes from how tightly we are woven together. The knowledge that we are a sisterhood of women who have each other's backs. It's because we know that community matters to us all. That's why the EWF is so special. We understand that everything I do has an effect on you, and everything you do has an effect on me. We're all different, but we're interconnected through our humanity, our shared values, and this sisterhood that we have formed. We are all woven together. The South African philosophy of Ubuntu best captures the essence of who the EWF is. Ubuntu means I am who I am because of who we all are. It reveals a universal truth about humanity, that a person is a person through other people. It's a beautiful concept. I can't think of a better way to describe the legacy of the EWF than an organization that builds women leaders who lead with kindness, compassion, and connectedness. We have tapped into that power and that wisdom of Ubuntu and borrowed it to create the EWF's own philosophy, which is, we are because you are. This statement encompasses our core values of trust, community, and passion. In the tapestry that is the Executive Women's Forum, you don't just belong, you're necessary. Without you, the EWF wouldn't even exist. The parts of you that make up your identity as a mom, a Latinx, an activist, a gay woman, an immigrant, a Black woman, a technologist, a Democrat, or a Republican are the very parts that make this organization so powerful. This sisterhood, this tapestry is more beautiful because of you. This sisterhood is stronger because of you. This sisterhood exists because of you. We are because you are. I want you to know how truly grateful we are to all of you for the tremendous support that you've given the EWF over the years. What a wonderful gift it is for the EWF to have wonderful women who champion their companies to be corporate benefactors, the executive ambassadors who fund us and host regional meetings, women who are mentors in our LIFT program, women who share their knowledge in our webinars and our podcasts, and our Rising Leaders Forum co-leads who are creating amazing initiatives for millennials. We are because you are. Ladies, I strongly believe it's the interdependency of the EWF that's going to allow us to help you make the world a better place. This tsunami of chaos that we're experiencing, from the pandemic to the economic uncertainties and so much more, places us at a once-in-a-lifetime point in history. With every passing day, it becomes more crucial and more evident just how important each and every one of your individual and our collective voices are. I'm challenging each one of you to deeply consider how it is that you want to affect change in the world, and then to take your first step. It might seem like I'm asking a lot, and maybe you're sitting there thinking, I'm already overwhelmed. Well, I get that. We're all overwhelmed. But don't tell me that you're not up for this challenge. I know you women. I've been hanging out with you for the past 18 years. Do you think when I started the EWF, I had some grand vision that this is where we'd all be today? I didn't. I just started writing names on a napkin. I'm not asking you to lay out an elaborate plan on how to save the world from start to finish. All I'm asking you to do is take that first step and then see where it leads you. I may have started the EWF, but it's women like each one of you who have built us to what we are today. I've witnessed some of you join this organization as timid young women and emerge as global leaders. You are walking the path that nearly 2 decades of women have cleared for you. And now it's your turn. You need to clear that path even farther and lift that next generation of women up even higher. You have a responsibility. You have a duty to make sure that you are opening doors for the next generation of women and bringing women, especially those who are underrepresented, along with you. You know, the EWF's purpose isn't just to inspire you while you're here. It's to show you how to recognize your calling and then how to leverage the programs we offer, this community of remarkable women and the companies that they work for, to help you to answer that call. You see, the real impact of the EWF happens when you go back to work with a new vision, a new sense of possibility, and a new commitment to take action. That's what this conference is all about. That's what this organization is all about. So decide what it is that you're willing to take a stand for. Then step into your power. Rely on your resiliency and the strength of this community to propel you forward in your life's passion. Look, The only way that we're going to affect real change that can equalize the political, social, and economic realities of women in our world is with your help. You can't just sit passively and watch what's going on in this world any longer. Being passive is being complicit, and we need each of you to rise up and be the change you want to see. We have to make all of our voices heard if we want equal access and opportunity for all women in the workforce. If we want all women to have a seat at every table that decisions are being made, then we have to stand up, join forces, and demand it starting today. If we want to help to end racial injustice, we have to join all of our voices and take action to change behaviors and norms and laws. If we want to ensure women's equality across the globe, then we need to ensure everyone has a right to vote, a place to vote, and is able to vote. We need to organize our communities, and we need to have hard conversations with those people who have opposing views to us. Most of all, this is a time for compassion and empathy, both to ourselves and to each other, as we do this heavy lifting of trying to make the world a better place. The late, great Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, "Fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you." Ladies, this is our time to lead. This is our time to fight for what we care about, and the EWF is the place that you will find others to join you. The ocean is made of drops of water. You can start small. For example, you can engage in our Rising Leaders Forum and find women who share your ambitions. You can join conversations that we're having about racial injustice and move the needle forward for Black and African American women. You can become a Lift mentor and prepare the next generation of leaders. You can encourage your company to become a corporate benefactor as our EWF ambassador or champion. You can host a regional meeting, a cheer dinner, or present a View from the Top webinar. You can simply have a conversation with somebody at this conference and share what it is that you are most passionate about. It is here that you just might find a sister to team up with. She might be a woman that you meet in a breakout room or a networking chat. She might be someone whose path you never would have crossed. You can amplify your voice by joining forces with women that you meet through the EWF. It's time for you to find your own cocktail napkin, start writing down your own ideas, and then take a step forward. And do so knowing that we are with you each step of the way, because the EWF is so much more than this conference. What moves you moves us. What motivates you motivates us. What matters to you matters to us. We believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. And we will give you strength even when you can't find it within yourself. You are meaningful here. You matter here. You belong here. And without you, it's just not the same. And become an active member of the EWF. And then let's work together to make this world a better place for us and for the generations that follow us. Because now, more than ever, truth matters. Leadership matters. Trust matters. Community matters. Black lives matter. Empathy matters. And mentorship matters to us all. You matter. We matter. We are because you are. Thank you.